This claims that I'm live, but I've tried to go live like 4 or 5 times now, and I keep having issues. So I have no idea if this is working, and there's no one watching. So I got a comment. Nick Fishman, you just made my day because I've spent the past 45 minutes or so trying to start this live stream and it hasn't been working. And I was getting so sad and tired. I'm so happy to see people. Oh my goodness. Hello, Nick Fishman, Mr. Blackrock, Tuna with Mayo, Elliot Wilson, hi, John Doe, hi, Oni Bears, Reps, 80. Oh my gosh. Hi, John Hansen. I'm really glad you enjoyed that video. Hi, Alex. Okay. So not only did I try to start this live stream like 5 times and not get it to work, but the very first time, like it told me that I was live, but apparently I wasn't. And I actually went for a little over 17 minutes just talking, and I just thought that no one was showing up. I was like, wow, I guess a afternoon live stream was a bad idea. No one's here. Oh, I'm so happy to see everyone. Hi. Yeah, that was a really humbling 17 minutes because I do these live streams, and after a few minutes, I get a lot of people talking and chatting. And like 15 minutes in, no one showing up or saying anything. I was like, wow, I guess no one cares. Oh my goodness. I'm attempting to keep my cat from chewing my phone, so if I send weird characters, please be patient. Okay. So, now that I know this is working, I'm very pleased. I'm probably going to have to keep this to an hour or under. I promised everyone a live stream this week as part of that CureSearch fundraiser for hitting the fundraising goal. And I put out a poll yesterday asking if people would prefer an afternoon stream or an evening stream. The majority did ask for a nighttime stream, but then I got it in my head to maybe try both because I don't think I've ever done an afternoon live stream before. And I was curious to see how it would go. So, oh, I'm sorry you're having a bad chronic pain day. That's rough. I'm glad we have something to try and distract you for a little bit. Okay. So my plan is similar to what I usually do with live streams, where we will, I think, just hang out and chat for a certain amount of time. And then we have like a couple more organized things to do. And then I just have to be out of here by the time my kids get off the bus. Okay. So, all right. Oh, wow. You look incredible but natural. I'm not wearing as much makeup as I usually do in videos when I film. I am wearing some. The whole world of filming, I don't consider myself really good at makeup, and I don't especially like wearing it, but it is very bizarre how different I look on camera, just like how I would look just in everyday life if you ran into me on the street is very different from how I look in this booth with all the artificial lighting and through the camera. So even after doing this for over 10 years now, I'm still kind of trying to figure out what looks good under different lighting conditions. Because when I do no makeup, I'm no makeup in my everyday life nearly all the time. But when I try to do no makeup in this booth with all this artificial lighting, it doesn't look good. gifted one Jelly Bean Green ASMR membership. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to, I don't know how many of you have noticed, but I've been really working on getting back on track with posting regularly. For those of you who've kind of followed my personal life announcements and stuff, I had kind of a rough year with the passing of one of my parents. Another very close family member is currently in hospice care. Just a lot of personal upheaval. I had to move recently for financial reasons. There's just been a lot going on. But I've been working really hard on taking care of myself on top of it all. And I think I am mentally, emotionally, physically at a point where I'm feeling secure and stable and good about working more. So, hi, Jeremy. I'm so happy to see you. Okay. So, yeah, I am getting back into publishing videos more regularly, and I am also going to be getting back into doing bonus content at least once a month for patrons and subscribers and all these other little things. So, assuming there's no huge life blowing up thing that happens unexpectedly, I'm hoping to have more of a full, normal YouTuber life. It's good to see you on the app. Yes, it's good to be on the app. I had a real long stretch of time there. I don't know how many of you have been through this where things are hard for long enough that you really start to question if you're ever going to feel better or feel more functional. Because I've had a lot of mental health issues throughout my life since I was pretty young. That's been a lifelong thing for me. But the past year or so, with all the terminal illness in my family and other things going on, it's been, they talk about little trauma, little T trauma and big T trauma. The past year or so, it's just been a lot more of those big, painful, life-changing event type things. And it's been really, really hard. But I do want to say that I have been working so hard the past few years, especially on my mental health and getting to be as well and stable as possible. And as difficult as the past year or so has been, and as much as I wasn't working as much as I wanted to, or wasn't generally as functional as I wanted to be, I was able to recognize through it all that if I had been going through this same stuff 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I don't even want to think about how I would have handled it, but I don't think I would have handled it half as well, a quarter as well, probably less than I did. So, as much as it's been a very tough year, I think it is a testament for me to not giving up on yourself and doing the work, even when it's exhausting and not clear if it's working or not. So, yeah, I'm glad to be feeling better and doing better and being here more with all of you. Let's see. Coming up on year 3 of very slow burnout recovery. Yeah, burnout's no joke. You inspire me to write creatively. I'm really glad. I'll tell you all a secret. I don't think I've mentioned this before. One of my little daydream fantasies, because I love coming up with creative ideas. I think obviously, that's one of my favorite parts of this job is coming up with these little interesting scenarios. One sec. Sorry, I had to burp. I love coming up with these creative ideas and setting up these role plays and having kind of this intro or this hint of an idea or a framework where my viewers can kind of fill the details in however they like. I don't know if I have the patience or desire or stick to itiveness to ever do really long form content like making a film or writing a book or anything like that. So it's always been my secret little hope that there are creative people out there who are maybe using some of my fun ideas as inspiration to build their own. So every once in a while, if someone lets me know that they've written something based on an idea they saw in one of my videos, that always makes me super happy. How we doing over here? It always seems to come in bundles, a Costco value pack of paint. Yes, the family size. You're incredibly strong-minded, and I commend you so much for even breaking any details of what's been going on in your personal life. Yeah, it's really, thank you. And it's really tough to know how much to share. I've been a chronic oversharer at times in my life. I've also had times in my life where I've leaned much more on the private side, and it can be tough to know what to share and what not to. I think where I mostly land at this point is that I do like sharing and being open if I think it's something that viewers will connect to and it might be helpful in that way. Either just because they have an investment in me and want to know how I'm doing, or because it can be comforting when someone you know is going through something similar to what you're going through. So I do enjoy sharing that kind of stuff to an extent, but I've also kind of learned that the broader details of my personal life, it's easier just to keep it away from YouTube. Keep my YouTube life as simple as possible. Scraptastic Crocheter, hello. I would love to see you make a floral arrangement or play with yarn. I thought that said yam for a second. I was like, I guess I can make a yam trigger video. Pokemon Paradise, hi, thank you. I love you all too, Toxic Gator fan Matthew. Okay, so it's telling me that we have 67 people. It's 1:58 p.m. where I am in Austin, Texas. So I'm going to give it maybe 2 more minutes. And just so you all know, I am hoping to do a second live stream, hopefully tonight. I had promised to do this live stream. I'm repeating some stuff I said earlier in this stream. But I had promised to do a live stream this week and was undecided between afternoon and evening. And then I decided, ¿por qué no los dos? So we're doing this one. And if my kids can get settled at a relatively reasonable hour tonight, I'm going to try and do one tonight as well. Okay. So I need more sci-fi videos. I have one that I'm working on. I always have, I would say, probably somewhere between, I don't know, maybe 10 and 15 video ideas that I'm actively working on. Some of them just languish for years. Some of them I actually get to. But there is another kind of sci-fi psych test type thing I've been wanting to do. There's also a sci-fi collaboration I'm really hoping to do soon with another content creator. And yeah, I love doing the sci-fi stuff. So, hi Dylan Evans. I'm happy to see you. Okay. I love your lecture on space during the girl at the back of the class steals your hair. That was really fun doing because I have someone close to me who is a big space and NASA nerd who knows a ton of stuff. And I had asked them to just improvise a lecture, and they did it, like, so fast. It was very impressive, and so as a little behind the scenes thing, what I did when I was recording that lecture is I had their lecture that they had made for me, and I was listening to it, and I was just, like, repeating what they were saying, and it was a fun challenge to try and keep up with that without, like, you know how it is if you ever on the phone and there's, like, a delay? It can be a little challenging to keep moving forward when the timing is off from what you're hearing and saying. So that was a fun little production challenge that I really enjoyed. Okay. Hi, Box and Guy Brian. It's good to see you. Hi, Bendejo 419. Okay. Hi, Gregory. Hi, Courtney. I'm seeing a lot of names I recognize, including Garrett Riddle and Evoke ASMR, another creator who's awesome, who's been around for a bunch of years now. Those are some of my favorite people to see, is the other creators who've been doing it for quite a few years now. Um, the genre's just gotten so big and there's so many people. So when I kind of see my friends from years back, it makes me happy. All right. So, who would like to do a Mad Libs guided relaxation? I made one for this afternoon stream and then I made another one for tonight. So if you check in on the live stream tonight, you'll get a different one, okay? Oh, 7 years. Yeah. That's awesome. You all should check her out and subscribe. Okay. So I have this. I'm live streaming on my computer, so I am pulling up the Mad Libs relaxation I prepared for y'all on my phone. For those of you who haven't done one of these before, oh, Bugs and Guy Brian, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is super kind and extra helpful, especially right now at this point and what's going on in my life. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Casimir booped my nose. Well, now I have to boop your nose. Everyone's about to get a nose boop. You ready? Boop. Okay. So for those of you who haven't done one of these Mad Libs guided relaxations with me, what I do is I prepare like sort of a conventional guided relaxation, guided visualization script, and I go through and I pull a bunch of the words to transform it into a Mad Libs format. What I'll do is I will go through piece by piece and we'll get some words. Like I might ask for, we're not starting yet, but I will like ask for a noun. Everyone gives suggestions. I pick one, throw it in, go all the way through, and then when we're done, I do my best to read it with a straight face, like a real guided relaxation. So that's what we're going to do. One of the challenges for me with this is sometimes I inadvertently wind up picking a lot of suggestions from like one person, and then there are other people who are making tons of suggestions and they don't get one picked. So because I have a hard time keeping track of who said what, I do ask if you could all be kind enough to just sort of self-select with that, where if I pick 2 suggestions that you've made, if you make one and I pick it, you make another one and I pick it, if you could be kind enough to hold back from making suggestions for the rest of the activity, just to give some other people a chance, okay? So, oh, thank you. All right. Oh, that's wonderful. Your videos got me through 3 very hard years of university. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Okay. So, let's go ahead. All right. So this is going to be a guided relaxation, and we are going to start with an adjective. An adjective, please. So that's a describing word like tall or shaky or green. Let's get some adjectives, and I will pick one. All right. Let's see. I'm going to give people a chance. A few moments. Let's get an adjective. Okay. So for the adjective, let's go with glistening. I like it. I have a terrible personality for this type of thing because every time I feel guilty for not picking everyone's suggestion. So I'm just doing my best to kind of pick on instinct here. All right. So I need a noun, please. May I have some suggestions for nouns? Those are person, place, or thing, like a cat or a hubcap or a country or let's see, turtle. Turtle's perfect. Let's go with that. Okay. Next, I'm going to request an adjective. Once again, that's a describing word. May I have an adjective, please? Cromulent. Perfect. Okay. Next, we're going to do, okay, so the next one is also an adjective, so just keep going with those. What else do we have after cromulent? Surly. Surly is an excellent adjective. I'm going to do that. Okay. Next one is, the next two are color. So let's get some suggestions for different colors, and I'll pick the two from there. So may I have a color, please? Color, 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 color. Let's get some good colors here. Let's do crimson and turquoise. Those are both fun. Not that the other ones weren't fun, but I think crimson and turquoise will work well. So, okay. May I have another noun, please? A noun. And if you've made a suggestion for any of these that I didn't use, feel free to recycle and give the same suggestion again if you think it's a good one. So may I have a noun, please? Jasper Cat Productions. Hi, happy to see you. Okay. Hi, Christopher Phoenix. I truly am live. Okay. Let's see. Let's do fish. I like fish. I think that would be good here. Next, we've got plural noun. May I have a plural noun, please? Plural noun. Plural noun. Hi, Lizard and Crimson. Lizzie, thank you so much. Plural noun. Sodas. I'm going with sodas. Next, we're going to do a noise. So, like a honk or a splat or just some sort of good noise word. Primordial scream is definitely what I'm using. Primordial scream. Okay. And thank you so much to everyone who's making suggestions. I apologize in advance to anyone who makes suggestions and doesn't get one picked. And as a reminder for everyone, if I pick one of your suggestions twice, if you could just withhold after that point to give other people a chance. All right, let's do another plural noun, please. Plural noun. Plural noun. Plural noun. Okay. Meerkats. Let's do meerkats. And the next one is just noun, singular noun. Again, if you have a suggestion that you've given before that you really like, feel free to recycle it if I haven't picked it. Noun, noun, singular noun, please. Okay, so let's get a few suggestions for noun. Scone. I like scone. That works. Okay. Adjective, please. May I have an adjective, a describing word? Adjective, please. Adjective. Fastidious. I'm going to go with fastidious. Can I get a plural noun, please? Enigmatic, fastidious, and irresistible are all excellent, by the way. Fastidious. Okay. Plural noun. Another plural noun, please. Plural noun. May I please have some suggestions for plural noun? Hi, Mad of the Desert. I'm happy to see you. Fishnets. Let's do fishnets. Okay. Noun, singular noun. Singular noun. Let's get a noun. Noun. A noun. Puppy. I'll go with puppy. And then actually the next one is an animal. So it could be it could be a mammal, it can be a fish, a bird, a bug. Oop. Just lost a light. That's okay. You can still see me. Animal. Dung beetle. Okay. Next, we're going to have a verb. Is that our first verb? So verb, that's an action word like jump or relax or, let's see, backflip or, let's get a verb. A verb. Verb. Gonna wait for a couple more suggestions and I'll pick one. All right. Let's do bounce. Adjective, please. May I have an adjective? Adjective. A describing word. It starts making weird noises. Sorry. Adjective. unstoppable. Okay. Although high would have been funny in this particular spot. May I have a liquid, please? Like coffee or syrup or crude oil. Just a liquid, please. May I have a liquid. Oh, ginger tea sounds really good right now. Coffee in a pasta. Coffee. Cup of coffee. Let's see. And ethanol. Let's do ethanol. A food. May I have a food, please? Any type of food. Food. May I have a food, please? Cabbage. Hi, Jamal. I hope you're well. You have babies now, don't you? I bet they're wonderful. Okay. So the next two are adjectives. So if I can get some adjectives now. Some adjectives. Once again, these are describing words. Get some suggestions and I'll pick two of them. Hi, Jamal. Nice to see you. Bobby Baboon and Jonathan Strickland. Seeing so many familiar names. I'm really happy to see y'all. Right, adjective. Let's do effervescent. And I'm going to pick one more adjective. One more adjective. Incendiary. Okay. All right, moving along. Plural noun. May I have a plural noun, please? Plural noun. Plural noun, please. Plural noun. Let's get a few suggestions for plural noun. Hypotenuses. Hypotenuses. Make sure I spelled it right. Okay. Okay, just a couple more and then we'll be ready to start. As a reminder, if I've picked two of yours, please withhold from suggesting so as to give other people a chance. Okay. And one more adjective. One more adjective, please. Effervescent. Yeah, it is a longer Mad Lib because I want it to feel like a full but like short guided visualization. But we're almost done. We've got the adjective and then we've got just a little bit more. Adjective. Adjective. So a describing word. Describe. Shallow. I'm going to go with shallow. Okay. And then the last three are all a place. So if you could all just list some places, I'll pick three of those and we will be done. We can be ready to start. So let's get some places. Rainforest Cafe, love it. Two more. A place. Let's get a place. Kansas. One more, and then we'll be ready to read and relax. Topeka, Kansas. I'm going to pick one more place. Suggestion. One more place. Let me see what we got. Transylvania. All right. We are good. Thank you so much, everyone, for the suggestions. I'm going to look through real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything, and then we'll go ahead. Oh, I think I have to scroll up. I'm just going to scroll up real quick because I think I forgot to fill one in. Just a moment. Where did I miss it? What was the adjective I picked after hypothesis? Shallow. I think it was shallow, right? Okay. All right. So, assuming I haven't missed any, I think we look good. We should be. I did misspell meerkats as meat cats, so I'm gonna fix that. And all right. So just in case anyone's just joining, this is a Mad Libs style guided relaxation. I took a sort of standard guided visualization, guided relaxation script. I turned it into a Mad Libs, took suggestions from everyone watching, and in just a moment, I'm going to go through, read it to you, try and keep a straight face, okay? I'm going to try and keep a straight face. You don't have to. Okay. So, since I'm going to be reading for a couple minutes here, I probably won't be looking at the comments as much while I'm reading. So if anyone sees that someone is leaving comments not understanding why I'm not responding, or if they have just joined and are asking what's going on and you want to fill them in, I would appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. So if you all want to make sure that you are in a comfortable position where you can relax safely and cozily, take a nice deep breath. It's up to you whether you want your eyes open or closed. But if you're comfortable and if you're ready, we will get started with this guided train ride visualization. Now, let your body grow heavy and your breath grow glistening. With each exhale, imagine yourself letting go of tension, of noise, of the turtle behind you. You are seated on a train in a quiet, nearly empty car. The windows are cromulent and a little foggy at the edges. Outside, the sky is beginning to shift, somewhere between golden hour and dusk. The seat beneath you is surly and deeply cushioned, covered in soft, warm velvet. The color is a rich, calming tone, something between crimson and turquoise. The train rocks gently beneath you, rhythmic and steady, like the slow pulse of a fish. Click, clack, click, clack. The rails hum beneath your feet. As you lean your head back against the seat, you notice the quiet around you. No conversations, no announcements, no sodas. Just the sound of the train moving forward and the occasional primordial scream of wood and metal settling into motion. The light outside flickers as you pass through sun-dappled woods full of meerkats and open fields filled with every color scone you can imagine. Golden grass bends in the wind. Clouds stretch thin across the sky like pulled cotton. In the distance, a small town glows faintly, its rooftops and steeples like tiny, fastidious fishnets against the horizon. Inside the train car, everything is warm. The faint scent of worn puppies, dung beetles' wax, and maybe a little lavender hangs in the air. Your coat is folded beside you. Your shoes are off. Your fingers bounce gently in your lap, and your breath matches the rhythm of the train. You feel deeply and completely unstoppable. Click, clack, click, clack. A small table in front of you holds a few quiet comforts. A warm cup of ethanol in a heavy ceramic mug, a folded note tucked beneath it, and a tiny jar filled with cabbage wrapped in crinkled paper. You reach for the mug. It is warm and effervescent. The scent is incendiary and faintly citrusy. You hold it between both hands, feeling the gentle heat soak into your palms. Outside, the world rolls by, calm and slow and endless. Hills soften into valleys, trees blur into meadows. A single bird arcs across the sky, then disappears behind the hypotenuses. There is nothing to do, nothing to plan, just motion and stillness all at once. You are safe here. Here, you are utterly shallow, held by the rhythm, wrapped in the hush, moving forward gently and effortlessly toward wherever you're meant to go. Will it be Rainforest Cafe or Topeka, Kansas, or perhaps even Transylvania? Let yourself rest. Let the train carry you. Let the journey be enough. There we go. Well, I hope you're all feeling very cozy and relaxed. No, I definitely said worn puppies. Thank you so much. That was really fun, everyone. I was originally going to try and do a little bit of a longer stream with some like ASMR triggers and stuff like that. But for those of you who didn't catch it, I struggled to get the live stream started. I actually did about 17 minutes thinking that just no one was showing up and it just wasn't working. So, but I do have kids getting off the bus soon, so I'm going to have to wrap up. I think we can safely do another 5 or 10 minutes. The good news for those of you who will be available is that I am going to try and do another live stream tonight. I'll try and make it in the 9:30. I'm Central. I'm in Austin, Texas. So I'm going to try and do it around 9:30 my time tonight. But it is going to kind of depend on my kids and when they are quietly settled for the evening. So, yeah, we're just going to do a few more minutes of hangout. and then we'll wrap it up for now. And then hopefully I'll get to see some of you again tonight. I have a completely different Mad Libs relaxation for tonight. So if you want to participate in that one, that should be fun. Yeah, I like the color between crimson and turquoise too. Somewhere between there. Yeah, I also love that the ethanol had an incendiary scent. I wasn't really reading the story or the script as I was adding them, so I didn't plan for those to go together, but they obviously kind of did. Let's see. How do you pronounce warm versus worn? Warm, worn. I guess they do sound pretty close. Christopher Phoenix teaches after-school music lessons. He's actually about to head out after school. I'm happy you got me too. Intoxicated room. I probably couldn't do an otoscope stream. I'm not going to get into it, but the otoscope sounds that I do involve a lot of recording and a lot of editing. For every 1 minute of otoscope sounds, I've probably recorded about 3 to 5 minutes of audio that I edit down to get the best of the best sound. I don't want to spoil the magic by getting into those editing tricks too much, but basically it would be difficult for me to do that live. Plus, I use my 3DO microphone, which I don't bring on screen a lot. But this is the microphone that I use for most of my formal long-form ASMR videos. It's got that binaural 3D sound, and I know there are ways to use these live, but I'm not good at tech stuff. So I usually use this Blue Yeti instead when I'm streaming. But anything that really depends on that specific microphone, like ear cleaning, otoscope, stuff like that, is challenging for me to do on a live stream. Thank you again, JB. You really made it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, good luck with your painting, Jasper Cat Productions. What happened to the turtle? I don't know. This was lovely and entertaining. Thank you, Jonathan. It was great to see you. The day was embiggened by your including of cromulent. I'm so glad. We all need a cup of ethanol from time to time. As a treat. We used one of those for the podcast I worked on with my heart. It was so much fun to play with that. It is. I think I've had it I've had that microphone for 10 years now, I think. This one I think is a replacement from the original. I believe 3DO was kind enough to replace it for me at one point. But there's so much about my job that is fun. I don't think I ever forget that it's fun, but it's also just my normal at this point. I've been doing this for 10 and a half years now. So sometimes I take it for granted, and it's good to step back and remember how truly novel and interesting and fun my job can be sometimes. If you're planning on triggers for tonight, slow glow stick movements, I will take that under consideration. I might have to pick up some glow sticks. I don't know if I have any right now. I actually noticed a bag of them. I moved recently. Sort of. It's a long story. I'm still recording in the same. I'm not going to get into my weird, messy personal life. Point being, I did go through a ton of my props recently, and I did see a bag of glow sticks, but it's a super old bag, so I'm not confident what kind of shape they'd be in. But I also know I can pick them up pretty cheap at like a store. So all right. Thank you so much. I hope one day you collaborate with Tranquil Lily. I'm not familiar, but I will try to remember to check her out. As I close my eyes, the turtle is looking through my window. Hi, Keith. We are just wrapping up, but we're gonna try to do another live stream tonight. Okay. Nice to catch you live. Here's following you, in my opinion, the best soft voice on ASMR. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I know there's a lot of people to choose from, so that means a lot. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. Thank you so, so much to everyone who joined me. This started off very sad because it wasn't working, and there was a good 15, 17 minutes there when I thought just no one cared enough to join the live stream before I realized that it wasn't working properly. So it has embiggened my heart to know that we did get a really great crowd in here. Okay. So thank you again. I will hopefully see you tonight if you can make it. And yeah, thank you for participating and for making this so lovely and so fun. And whether it's in the live stream tonight or in another role play that I publish, I will see you in the next video. All right?